I'm Corinita, and this is Mental Health Monday. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Mental Health Monday. Today, I thought we would do a mental health check-in. In my neck of the woods, we've been sheltering in place for 5 months now. 5 long months. And I noticed a lot of people are having some mental health struggles. So I thought maybe we could check in about it, review what to do, and just talk about it. It's been hard for everybody. Hope y'all have been well this time. I know that a lot of people are losing their employment. The unemployment, they just renewed it with $200 less as opposed to March. There are literal protests and uprisings going on in the streets. The U.S. Postal Service is being dismantled, and there is a general feeling in the air of we are not being listened to. All of this on top of being stuck in our houses, the prospect of getting sick, potentially dying, losing the ones that we love. It's a lot. It's really difficult. But just remember that you're not alone in this time. I'm going to give you a few tips on how to upkeep your physical wellness and your mental wellness during this time. For physical wellness, try working out regularly. I know a lot of our gyms are closed. Some people are having trouble getting outside because we're filled with fear of catching COVID-19. So try some other options. You can buy some home weights, even do workouts that only require 2 pounds or 1 pound weights. And you can replace those weights with canned food, water bottles. You can try getting a streaming service for workouts, or even look online and watch YouTube videos about workouts. Some good effective workouts are bar workouts, which is one of my recent favorites. Going for runs, brisk walking. Find workouts that work best for you and what you have around in your house or at the park, if that's what you feel comfortable with. If you can, go outside for walks. I usually go for 2 walks a day, probably for 40 minutes to an hour. If I see someone coming towards me on the sidewalk, I just cross the street or go into the street a little to make sure I'm keeping my distance. And it's pretty safe. When I'm feeling unmotivated, I'm really lucky because I have my dogs to motivate me. You can try stretching. Stretching can help you get into your body more. If you're really stressed out, anxious, depressed, oftentimes we feel kind of out of body. So being in touch with your body can help to ground you. You can look online on YouTube for stretches to do, or just Google it and you can find stretches that you can do at home. Most of those don't require equipment, so that's a great option. Make sure that you're staying hydrated, you're eating regularly, especially if you're working from home. It's really easy to forget to do basic things like drink water, eat food when you have meeting after meeting after meeting. If it's your 3rd meeting of the day, don't feel bad for eating on your Zoom call, turning off your camera if needed. If cooking at home is a lot for you to do all day, you can try meal prepping or try instant options such as microwavable meals or meal replacement shakes, which make eating regularly a lot easier for myself. Make sure that you're taking a break. Just because we're indoors doesn't mean that we're being lazy. If you've been working, if you've been looking for jobs, if you've been working on getting unemployment, if you've been going to protests, a lot of these things, just because it's different from our old way of being active and staying busy, still keep us busy. And we need to make sure that we're taking breaks. Take a chance to just sit down, relax, think about things. Try doing something creative, or just take a midday nap. And make sure that you're keeping up with any medications or supplement regimens that you might have. Especially on psychiatric medications, if you're missing doses, it's really going to affect your moods. Make sure you're taking those medications every day, as it can be hard to stick to a routine when you're staying home every day inside over and over again. There's also a lot of things you can do to help yourself mentally. If you enjoy meditation, make sure you're taking time to meditate. If you're interested in meditation, you can look up guided meditations and read about why meditation is helpful. A lot of people find it helpful. It can be really difficult to get into at first. So if you're just starting, expect the first few times to be a little bit uncomfortable or confusing, like how is this supposed to help? If you're really interested in it and you stick with it, You will find the benefits over time when you do it regularly. If you use grounding exercises, make sure you're utilizing those. Oftentimes when I'm feeling stressed, anxious, I completely forget about my grounding exercises that I've learned. You can look them up online if you need more. If you see a therapist, you can ask them, and they usually are a good resource for those. If there's someone else in your household, or you have decided to join social bubbles with someone else, take the time to hug them. Even if it's your friend, your roommate, hugging is a really great feeling. It's really hard to meet up with friends right now or coworkers and hug. So hug whoever is available to you in your life. Or hug a teddy bear. I'm serious, I hug one every night when I go to sleep. Prepare a wrap plan and make sure to check in with it every day. If you don't know about wrap, I'll leave information in the description about it, and you can check it out, see if it's for you. Make a gratitude list. You don't even have to write it down. Sometimes before I eat dinner or I'm just hanging out with Josh, I'll just ask him, what are you grateful for? And I'll tell him what I'm grateful for. And reflecting on what I have rather than the things I miss helps me be in the moment and feel better about everything going on in this difficult time. I just want you to know that I love each and every one of you who watches these videos, and even those of you who don't watch these videos. I'm just sending my love out there in general to everybody in the world, because we're all going through a really difficult time right now. And like I keep stressing, you're not alone. Make sure you're taking time to reach out to friends, family, loved ones, just people in general for support, because it's really hard to go through difficult times without any support, emotionally and otherwise, from others. Relationships is what helps us grow. Relationships is what gets us through difficult times. And I don't just mean romantic relationships. I mean friendships, coworkers, family, even your online friends that you've met in online spaces. All of these are great people to reach out for support if you need it. Just because you have mental health struggles doesn't mean you're bad, a waste of space, or anything like that. I used to think that just because I hear voices and I struggle with things that others don't, that it meant that I was annoying or not fun to be around or a difficult person to be in people's lives. The further I've come on my wellness journey, the more I've seen that I was wrong. Even if you're a little different, maybe you're weird, I'm weird. It's not a bad thing. And the people who are meant to be in your lives will be there for you. Sometimes we just have to let go of the people who see us as bad, because that's just their own view, but they're wrong. It's okay not to feel at your best right now. It's okay to feel like you're not okay. It's okay to be sad, depressed, anxious, all of these things, because there's a lot of big feelings going on right now with each single individual and as a collective people around the world. Everyone is going through a really difficult time. So just know that you are valued, you are loved, and I really appreciate you. Just stick it out, because things will get better. It might not be tomorrow or next week, but a lot of people are putting in a lot of work to make sure that things improve. If you have the ability to, make sure that you're supporting people in your community organizations that are making a difference, and staying busy with positive things, with positive people, and working towards change, because that can help a lot with your moods and your emotional states. Today we checked in with our mental health. I went over things we can do physically and mentally to help with our wellness. I hope you're staying well and safe. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, subscribe, comment and tell me how you're doing. I'd love to talk with all of you. And have a great day. Love you.